Meantime, a new warning from Elon Musk about bias with artificial intelligence. Here's a clip from his sit-down interview tomorrow night with Tucker.
What's happening is they're training the AI to lie.
Yes.
It's bad.
To lie.
To
That's
lie.
exactly right. And to withhold information.
To lie and yes, comment on some things, not comment on other things, but not to say what the data actually demands that it say.
How did it get this way? I thought you funded it at the beginning. What happened?
Yeah, well, that'll be ironic. But the most ironic outcome is the most likely, it seems.
To lie or not to lie? Let's start with you, Guy. Your thoughts.
Well, people lie. And so AI directed by humans will probably have some dishonesty in the mix. You know, I was thinking about this last night because we had a big conversation about AI around the table yesterday. And I wonder how many of the concerns being raised, and I'm not saying that they're illegitimate concerns at all, but I wonder how many of the things that people are wringing their hands about vis-a-vis AI are also things that people said upon the advent and then the rise of the internet as well. Right, like, oh, there'll be an explosion of new information, some of which might not be true, and so on and so forth. I just wonder, is there a parallel there? Are we maybe going too deep into the negativity on AI and overlooking some of the positive elements because people made that mistake with the internet as well? Not to say that there wasn't a downside to the internet. There's a very dark side as well, but maybe we were getting ourselves a little hyped up yesterday. I don't know.
Dr. Sapphire?
Well, I think we saw a glimpse of, in my opinion, what will happen when AI becomes more prevalent. Well, look what happened with COVID and just social media in general with the censoring of information that was deemed misinformation by the humans that were controlling the algorithm. I think as you continue to program artificial intelligence, you're going to see the same bias and the same censorship. And so it's going to behoove the humans to make sure that you're doing your own research and not heavily depending on what you're finding. Same thing happens in a Google search. You can Google all you want, but that doesn't necessarily give you everything that is out there on the topic. So if you're researching something, you actually have to go to some of the sources because Google itself censors things.
Yeah, what I would add is, and I understand Guy's concern and your point as well, the significant difference here between this and any other technology is that it presumes to replace us. That we are not looking at this as a resource that we then consume and then we use and put out there, which is information. It is that it then manages the information. It would then act on the information. So that's why we hear about the loss of jobs, the nature of what humans can do, what is our value as human beings. And that, I think, is the larger question. I think the best question ever that you have to ask is, what is the point of what we do as human beings?
Well, to Guy's point, though,
this affects that question.
To play devil's advocate with you, Tammy, to Guy's point, I was reading an article today about how the military general was quoted in the New York Times or Washington Post was reading an article saying that they've already begun to implement AI in ways that would do wargaming and calculate all the possibilities of outcomes that our adversary, in this case, I believe it was China, may be doing, in that the AI can think faster in real time to help us on the battlefield. So maybe there is some areas that we should say maybe we need it there. But then on the other hand, you raise a point, like, do we want AI in charge of our wars?
No, because the algorithm can come up with all these possibilities, but the human experience, the person who's actually been there, can bring something else to that table. So as I said yesterday, AI plus the human brain need to be used in conjunction. One is not to replace the other.
And the question is, what are the guardrails? Yeah. And who decides?
And for those old enough to remember 2000 Space Odyssey, Hal wouldn't open the pod bay doors. So
that's right.
The astronaut died. Go figure. Stick around. The Big Four is next. You don't want to miss it.
Kalala Malak Yahweh, Wa Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rahakodash. Double honors to the elders of Jim S. Ruel. Blessings unto those men. And blessings and salutations to the Akim there in truth. Pushing this word in all sincerity. That being said, Shalom Israel, Barakatah. Today's lesson, technology has flourished. And that is spoken about in the scripture of Daniel 12:4, which says, Daniel 12:4, but thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. The understanding of the scriptures was sealed for a particular time period. And Habakkuk 2 and 3 says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry, meaning that it will not delay. And we are currently at the time of the end, and these prophecies are speaking loud and clear. We are at the end of Esau Edom's rulership. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. And when it comes to technological advances and robotic AI technology, it has drastically increased all throughout the world. Knowledge has increased, and now we find ourselves at the inevitable end of the so-called white man's rulership. And with every passing day, biblical prophecy is being fulfilled. And look at Tel Aviv, for instance. It's now going through a flood judgment for defiling the Holy Land, with that recent rave massacre that took place, and for that Pink City parade that's held annually. And yesterday's reports stated that the flood killed 2 people, and that it has disrupted the Israeli military operations in Gaza. And this only shows you that the Lord, Yahweh, Yahushai, is at the helm and in control. The wicked are being revealed through the things that they do, for the mystery of iniquity doth already work. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 6, and now ye know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time. This scripture speaks of Esau Edom, which is the son of perdition, being revealed in these end times, continuously being revealed. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 7, for the mystery of iniquity doth already work, only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. And that is exactly what's coming. But the Romans, the Apostle Paul best described these Edomite devils as the mystery of iniquity. And they are back here today in the newly revived Rome 2.0, which is America. But when it says until he be taken out of the way, that's Esau Edom. Esau Edom is already at work through his technology and through his overall witchcraft of science. Edomites are being revealed, and in due time they will be taken out of the way for their vast wickedness. And we are very close to fulfilling the prophecy of the wicked being taken out of the way. And the whole earth is out of course due to their rulership, due to their evil rule. The Lord, Yahweh, Yahushai, is allowing this to fulfill. He's allowing all this just to fulfill the prophecy of the left-hand side of wickedness. It's all about the fulfillment of prophecy, and then sudden destruction falleth upon them. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 8, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. And we are living in a time where Esau Edom is being revealed as the wicked of the earth. And notice how the word wicked has a capital letter to emphasize that the wicked is the nation of Edom. And Edom is the wicked of the earth, according to the scripture of Malachi 1 and 4. Spirit of his mouth are the prophets speaking this biblical truth and telling you that this continuous medical jab along with that RFID microchip is wicked. That CHIP. And many were deceived by the jab, and many shall be deceived in the taking of the destructive CHIP of Revelation 13 and 16. And further reading says, shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. And this speaks of the Lord, Yahushua HaMashiach, returning with those chariots, those so-called UFOs, in order to destroy this wicked society. The Lord said, wait for me until I rise up to the prey. And the Lord upon his second return shall remove the beast system of Esau, Edom, in his vengeance. But technology has flourished all throughout the world. But it's not a technology of good, it's a technology of evil. 2 Thessalonians 2:9, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders. And there you have it. Even him still represents Esau, Edom, coming in with the works of Satan. Everything that they make turns into a weapon. It's not made for the benefit of the people. Look at GMOs, for instance. Further reading, it says, with all power and signs and lying wonders, that represents their agenda of AI, nanotechnology, CBDCs, the central bank digital currency, GMOs, medical and scientific experiments upon the flesh, and of the destructive MOTB, CHIP of Revelation 13 and 16. When that MOTB, CHIP of Revelation 13 and 16 takes place, they shall speak of its benefits upon implantation, but they shall never speak of the destruction that follows upon taking it, and many shall be deceived. Edom will come in with that counterfeit power and signs and miracles, as it says in the NLT biblical version. Their signs and miracles of their pseudoscience performed are the lying wonders. And pseudoscience consists of statements, beliefs, or practices that claim to be both scientific and factual, but are incompatible with the scientific method. That's all pseudoscience is, according to its definition online. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 10, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. Them that perish are the 2/3, which is that 66.6% out of the nation of Israel, which consists of so-called Negroes, Latinos, Tainos, and Native American Indians, that did not receive the love of this biblical truth in order that they might be saved by way of the so-called UFOs of the Lord Yahweh wa Yahushai. But that is also prophecy. There are thousands and thousands of videos out there, both in English and in Spanish, for the northern kingdom of Israel to learn of the truth of the scriptures. And no one could ever say that the truth has not gone out into the four corners of the earth. It has gone out. And Romans 10 and 18 says, but I say, have they not heard? Yes, verily their sound went into all the earth, and their words unto the ends of the world. The words of truth have gone out by means of the internet, by the unicorn, that feed horn. And we are living in a quantum leap society of technology. And with all deceivableness of unrighteousness, many shall be deceived. And we are giving you warning that these things are coming. The things that are being built now is not for the benefit of mankind. It's for the destruction of mankind. Great tribulation is coming. But with that being said, Kal Allah Malak Yahweh wa Yahushai, Bahashem Rahak Wadash, double honors to the elders of JMS Ruel. Blessings unto those men And blessings and salutations to the Akim out there in truth, pushing his word in all sincerity. With that being said, Shalom Israel, Barakatah.